Hey guys, it's Phoenix Automotive here again. In this video, we're going to be looking at the Chevy Silverado and GMC Sierra Special Edition unit. Now this unit is in particular the black one, and this is the Special Edition. How you can tell is you have two power signs right here, and they're black knobs. This is from 2014 all the way to 2019. If you have a 2019 vehicle, you have to check if it's a heavy duty version because this only works with the heavy duty. With that said, this is a quick rundown of what you get inside the box. So first thing, if you have heated seats or cooled seats, you will be able to put them right here. But if you don't have them, they do come with two covers and we provide these. So let's move forward. In the box, you're gonna get steering wheel control. Now this will retain the steering wheel control. You know, behind the steering wheel, there's like two buttons to go up and down. That's for next track and backtrack on third-party apps. Your factory radio would work, but this is for third party, so it's not mandatory to put it in, but I do suggest to put it in just because maybe you want to control Pandora or Spotify, which is a third party sound on this unit. You also get a 3.5 jack, and this is important for getting the aux input. So in your, say you're on the driver's side, when you open that glove compartment on the right side where your armrest is, there is a 3.5 jack where you have to plug this in for AUX, third-party sound. Otherwise, you won't get sound on YouTube or Spotify or Pandora or Bluetooth sound. You also get the main harness. This is the important one where it is a T harness, and you'll find which one it is. One of them is green, the other one is gray. You're gonna disconnect the gray one and put this in between. So plug this into the car and plug the factory plug back into here. And on this special edition, you're going to have two plugs. You're going to have a yellow plug and a black plug. Now these plugs have a different groove. So there's a groove on the bottom and a cut on the left side. Same with this one, is just actually the biggest one. And these two plugs go behind the factory unit. And you can see right here, there are some black ports here. And if I match them up, make sure you plug them in the right spot. So this one would go right here. And this yellow one, if it's not plugged in, you won't have sound. But match up the groove. So based on this, it should go right here. And now that we're in the back of the unit, you can see that there is a AU RCA port right here. This is for your factory backup camera. Now there's two ways to hook up factory backup camera. You're also going to get a harness like this. Say your backup camera image is not that good. You're going to be using this instead. And this only works for IO4 all the way to IO6. The only one where it doesn't work for is IO3. How you check that is in your glove compartment, there's a sticker, and that sticker is like a silver sticker that tells you IO3, 4, 5, or 6. If it's 3, you cannot use this. But if you're 4, 5, or 6, you can use this, and it goes in the HDMI module inside your glove compartment. If you open that up, there's something to disconnect, and this is a T harness going to that, and then this RCA male will go straight into here for a better video quality on the backup camera. But if you don't want to do that work, or if you have the IO3 version, you're gonna get the video footage through this mini USB port, and that's gonna come from your factory car. So you can get your backup camera through two ways, through this or this. If you have IO3, you can only get it through this. So you have the camera connected. You have the main harness connected for sound, and this portion, this black portion right here. You're going to also have two red and black little connectors, key 1 and key 2, and this is about the steering wheel control. So once you make the T harness connection in your steering wheel column, this connector, you're going to connect to either key 2 or key 1. See which one works and gets you the functions of your steering wheel controls on third-party apps like Pandora, Spotify, or Bluetooth music. So that's how to connect the main harness and the steering wheel control connector. The next thing we're going to look at is the decoder box. Now this decoder box is specifically for the special editions where we added a audio processing inside this hardware for the sound to be better. And where you're going to connect that is right here. So this connection, if I turn this over, you're going to make sure you have this connected. If you don't have this connected, you won't have sound. So that's the main harness. That's all you really need. Make this T harness, connect these yellow and black one. And if you want steering wheel controls, you're going to connect to either 2 or 1 to see which one gets it working. So now that's figured out, we can move forward. We have the GPS antenna. This GPS antenna works for our unit, and this is for like Google Maps or Waze. Otherwise, It doesn't use the factory car's antenna. The factory car's antenna is actually your factory navigation, which is still retained. But if you want third-party navigation like Google Maps, Waze, here we go. It's a yellow screw-on, and this screws onto the back right here. And inside the unit itself, it already has a Wi-Fi antenna, so there's no Wi-Fi antenna that needs to be screwed on. It does have Wi-Fi built in to connect to an internet source. Next up is this harness you get right here, and this is a white connector. It looks similar to this yellow one, but the main difference is you can see that the grooves are on two different sides. So make sure you choose the right port on this. Let's show you that right here. This white one goes, let's see, right here. So the yellow one goes to this one, the white one goes to this one. Now this is not mandatory. Let's run through just what these labels are. So you have a bunch of yellow RCAs and one 3.5 jack. The 3.5 jack is this for this external microphone that if you do want to use, you can plug it in here. What will happen is if you plug this external microphone in, it will bypass the built-in microphone on the unit, which is right here. You can see there's a mic. Now with the PX6 units, the built-in mic is not that bad. I would recommend to test it first. If you're not happy with it, you can always use an external microphone or purchase another external microphone elsewhere, as long as it plugs in through 3.5. Now with these other RCA females, you can add extra backup cameras or front cameras. You have two RCAs for cameras, CVBS, and this one is CHESHI, CHESI. And these are for aftermarket cameras that you can connect. As long as they're through RCA mail, you can get a front camera. You can also purchase our universal backup camera, put it in the front of the car and connect it to one of these ports. And these two RCA ports will show up either on your, if you go to app list, there's a car monitor, and you can see their side, front, and rear. And if you want another extra camera, you would just get a male RCA camera and plug them into here. The other three RCA ports, so these have similar functions. Video output 1, video output 2. So our PX6 units does not have a video output source. So if I play like a video on my unit, it's not going to go through here. It's actually be coming from the aux V. So with video output 1 and video output 2, they're actually going to be taking the video source from aux V. So say I put like a PlayStation PS3 video source into here, what I can do is I can have the video show up here. I'm going to go to apps, and then I'm going to go to AUX. So any video source I put through aux V will show up here. But I can also get two monitors and put them to these two RCA females. That way I can have the video source here and the video source on the two monitors that I put it out to. So the video output 1 and 2 are going to be coming from aux V and not from the unit. And as for the orange cable, this one's not needed. So that's this connection. Hopefully you've gotten what that was. If you didn't, just rewind the video a little bit and listen through it again. So dealing with all these connections we've completed, the next one is a USB cable, and this is a brown connector. It has two grooves on the bottom and a groove on the left side, and this one will connect to right over here. So once you've connected this, it has two USB ports. Now keep in mind your factory USB ports will still work. However, that will only work on the factory HMI system on the user interface here. So anything you plug into your factory USB ports will show up here. With our units, we have its own two USB port. One of them is labeled OTG. This is the one you're going to be using for built-in CarPlay. But if you have built-in CarPlay or you have wireless CarPlay dongle, you would connect that dongle to the OTG port. This is the main one that does through data. And where we route this cable, it's a fairly good amount of length where you can route it to the glove compartment or maybe the kick plate of the driver's side for easy access. Again, if you get the wireless dongle, you would connect the wireless dongle to here, and then you can have that dongle maybe in your glove compartment and wirelessly do CarPlay. So you're going to want to connect the USB cable. You're going to want to connect the main harness along with the decoder box for the better sound. And if you want the steering wheel controls, you would connect that. You would need the yellow connection for sound. This one you just need for the canvas decoder box. And the next one is this one. This is for your AC controls. It's a kind of like an extension piece. So we're going to plug it to the back of here. Let's see, it goes right here. Right now we have it hooked up to a test bench. You can see that. But you would hook that up into here, and then you would connect this to the factory car. and this will get your AC controls. So if you're having problems with AC, it could be this connection is not connected. You can also check the pins inside, see if they're bent, or if they're like coming out, the wires are coming out. If none of the pins are bent, none of the wires are coming out, and you have a solid connection into the unit. I've had some people tell me that it doesn't click in. However, that's not too important, just as long as you have a solid connection and metal is touching metal. If the AC control is still not working, we'll have to go look in the settings, and we'll get to that sooner in this video. So make the connection for the air conditioning. Of course, you're going to be making these two connections at the back, the one right here and the one right here. If these two are not connected, you're definitely not going to have something working. This is going to get you your factory UI, and this is just needed. This is your AC controls that we give you. So again, all three of these need to be connected. If you have rear entertainment on your vehicle, those are retained. So if you have 2014 to 2019 Chevy Silverado or GMC Sierra and you have rear entertainment, say you have a monitor on the ceiling or monitor on the ceiling, we're going to give you an adapter piece. So instead of connecting your factory connector into this mini USB port, we're going to give you a T-harness, or not a T-harness, just an adapter that you plug in ours. After you plug in ours, you'll have a cable right here, and then plug your factory into that cable. So there's going to be an extension piece we give you, kind of sort of like the AC control cable. This is if you have rear entertainment. If you do not have rear entertainment, you're set. It should be with the factory connection. And the next one is the small speaker. So you get a little purple connection. Again, you have two grooves on the bottom. It's the smallest connector. It's not difficult to find on the back of the unit, but you're going to connect it to here. And this small speaker, we hook it up. You can put this small speaker, there's a sticker here, we put it behind the unit. Up to you where you want to put it if you're not able to hear it very well or if it's muffled. But this is for third-party navigation like Google Maps or Waze or Here We Go, where it's like please turn right, please turn left. So again, it's not mandatory. So that's about it. That's what you get in the unit. The next thing you look at once you have the unit connected, it should look a little bit like this. First thing to do is check if you have AC controls. What I would do is I would see if you can go up or down on the AC controls for the fan speed. So let's look through the settings. So with the Silverado, GMC Sierra, and Chevy Silverado, you're going to have 3 different types of units. You're going to have the 7-inch, you're going to have the 4-inch, and you're going to have the 8-inch. Our website does show you pictures of how you can tell. But with the 4-inch and 8-inch and 7-inch, to check car type, go to settings. At this top area, you can scroll left and right. On the left side, scroll all the way down to install set. Now, if your screen is very small, you can press this little gray box to make it a bigger screen. Press install set, and the passcode is 666, 3 6s, 888, 38. Press OK. And before we get to the car type, what you have to check with the camera. So if you're using the mini USB port for the camera feed, and you're okay with the video quality on that, you need to make sure that the video quality is set to VGA. So I'm going to press this, and then you can see that I have different options. Choose VGA as the option. Once you've done that, you're going to have to do a save and reboot. And then after you do a save and reboot, you're going to want to press the RST button so that the hardware can actually get the setting down. If you're using the HMI connection, this is if you have IO 4, 5, or 6. If you have IO 3, then you don't need to use this because this one won't work. You're going to go to your glove compartment, look for that HMI module, look for this connection, and make the T-harness connection. Connect this to the module and connect the factory connector back in here, and connect this male RCA to the back of the unit, which is right there. So if you're using this RCA connection like so, you're going to want to make sure that the reversing video format is set to CVBS. So if you're using this connector, CVBS. If you're using the mini USB port, you're going to make sure it's VGA. So now that we're using this connector right here, we're going to do a save and reboot. After it reboots everything, press the RST button with the paper clip or something small to click it. Now that we've gone through the camera portion, let's get back to the car type. So you're going to, again, have 4-inch, 8-inch, or 7-inch. With the special editions, this is how you choose car type. Go to the way bottom car type. Choose Silverado and Sierra. After you've done that, this is particular to the special edition ones. If you do not have the special editions, you're still going to stick with these 14 units, 7-inch auto, 8-inch manual, you're going to stick to this portion. However, if you have the special edition, you're going to go all the way down to the 2019 versions. Now, even if your car is 2016 or 2014 and you have the special edition, again, how you tell is you have the power sign, and it's black dials. It's not a silver dial or a chrome dial. You're going to choose, say I have an 8-inch auto AC, I would choose 19 8-inch auto AC. Say I have a 2014 Silverado 8-inch screen and it's auto AC, I'll choose that. If I have manual AC, again, make sure it's 19 because I'm on special edition, and I would choose one of these three. If you have a 7-inch, there's no option for that. We would send you a different unit and you would choose one of these 14 ones for the 7. If you have a 4-inch or 8-inch, this is particular to 4-inch and 8 inches. If you have special edition, choose a 19 version. Don't choose any of these top ones. This car info will get you your audio switching. It will also get your AC control. The 4 and 8-inch special edition, again, rear entertainment, you're going to get that connector piece. It's an extension. And a couple new things to note, with these knobs, you are able to program them. You're able to, so if we go to settings, I'll show you what you can program. Go to settings, on the left side, scroll down to install set 666888. Here in the settings, you can see left knob, right knob. You can actually program them to do what you want. You can either do this one for the driver's side temp or the passenger side temperature if you have dual AC control for temperature. You can also set it to fan speed or the tune option or the volume option. So that's a cool thing on the special edition. You can program these knobs left and right. Maybe I want to make my driver's side knob to control the passenger side temp. You could do that for both of the knobs. So both knobs can be volume if you want both of them to be volume. Again, the audio is better with the new special edition decoder box. If we go into settings, the next thing to check is for the 4-inch and 8-inch, you need to check your car type setting and check your screen parameter. The first thing you got to check is your car type. So to change car type, if we start all over again, you can actually press the multi-window button and say you have it like this. Scroll to the way top, there's an option to clear all. I suggest doing this when you're playing with settings, just so the unit runs smoother. Go to settings. Then on the left side, go to install set. This is to choose the car type, so 666888. And scroll to the way bottom, you have the car type selection. So you have a Silverado 4-inch or 8-inch. This is regardless if you have rear entertainment or not. You just need to know if yours is a 4-inch or an 8-inch. If it's manual or auto AC, press the car type. You're going to set it to Silverado Sierra and make sure your protocol is Shinbasi, XINBASI. The car info, this is the important part. You're going to press the middle option. And then with the special edition, you're only going to touch the 19 versions of the Silverado. Even if yours is 2014, 15, 16, you're still going to use the 19 one. And if you have 4-inch manual AC, you're going to choose the 4-inch manual option. If you have the 8-inch manual AC, you're going to choose the 8-inch manual. So say we have the Silverado 2015 8-inch manual AC. We're going to choose that. Press OK. This is important. Once you pressed OK, press the bottom left back button. You're going to press save and reboot. After you do a save and reboot, it's going to come back up. Once it comes back up, after it comes back up, you need to press RST with like a paper clip. And what this will do is change the hardware to tell the hardware to change it up. So after this reboots, you need to press RST. That's the main thing when setting the car type on the new special edition. You have to go into the settings, choose the car type based on your 4-inch or 8-inch, if it's manual or auto AC. Check mark the box, press OK, press the back button on the bottom left, save and reboot. Now that it's rebooting, let's wait for it to come up. When it does come up, you're going to press the RST button. Press the RST button, and that should get it so that this UI will show up. If it still doesn't show up, what you need to check is go to settings. Now that you have your car type correct, you're going to still go to settings, install set 666888, and you need to change the screen parameter. You have 9 options to cycle through just to check it out. So say 1, 2, or 3 didn't work, we're going to go on 8. We need to do a save and reboot. After we do a save and reboot, when it reboots, you're going to have to press the RST button. It's a small extra step that needs to be done for the special edition. The save and reboot does it for the settings software, and the actual hard reset does it for the hardware to tell it to change. That's about it with this special edition. Again, you can reprogram these two knobs to do anything you want for volume, fan speed, tuner, or temperature for driver's side or passenger side. And rear entertainment, you have to get that extra adapter piece for the mini USB cable. And now this works with both special edition and the normal edition Silverados. Most of our PX6 units that do have ambient lights around the unit, you can program the color of the buttons. But what you need to check is if your headlights are on. So if your headlights are on, these lights should pop up. If they don't pop up, you need to go to, at the top, you can scroll through the different apps. You're going to go to APPS, which is apps. These are all the apps. One of them is called light setting. So press light setting. And then say your headlights are on right now. It's still not showing. We need to do turn on ambient light. Once you press turn on ambient light, it should turn on. But right now it's not showing just because our test bench is not showing that the headlights are on. But you got to press turn on ambient light. These things will light up and you can change the color, or you can set to the preset colors we have here. And again, you can press turn off. But make sure your headlights on the car are on. That way it will think that it's on night mode, and then these lights will turn on the sides. So that's how to set the light settings on our units, especially if you have any of these ambient lights.